was about to be taken by the US. The US has rejected the allegations and accused Iran of staging dangerous manoeuvres at sea. Our Iran correspondent Dorsa Jabari joins us live from Doha. Dorsa, what does the video that has been put out reveal?
Well, it shows a very, very dangerous situation that unfolded on October 25th in the Sea of Oman between the U.S. Navy and the Revolutionary Guard naval forces. The Iranian version of the events that unfolded say that the Iranian oil that was on another tanker was taken by the Americans and placed on this Vietnamese flag tanker, and that is when the Iranians decided to seize this ship. Now, the Americans have a very different story. They say that the Iranians just decided to seize this vessel, and we were just looking at what was taking place from a distance. But we also see there are certain points in this 8-minute footage that the Revolutionary Guard Media Relations Department has released that show how close the U.S. Navy is to the Iranian Revolutionary Guards, who are armed in their vessels. They're about less than 200 meters away from one another, and it's very telling scenes that it was very, very indicative of if something were to happen, even by accident, it could have been a very, very serious and dangerous situation. Of course, this is not the first time we've seen these kinds of incidents take place in these waters. The Iranians have said that they see themselves as the guardians of the waters around them, the Strait of Hormuz and the Sea of Oman being part of that, and that the Americans have no business being in these waters. But the Americans say that they are patrolling international waters, and at one point in the video, we also hear the Iranians speak on the radio demanding that the U.S. Navy leave these waters, and the Americans respond by saying that they're not breaking any international law. They're in international waters. But it's very telling that the Iranians have decided to release this footage now, and they've clearly heavily edited this and put a music soundtrack over it as well. And there is a Farsi script that goes over the various pictures to indicate the different players that are on the scene.
And also, I understand that we've just had some news breaking that the Iranians are now prepared to return to the talks. Tell us more about what you know about that.
Well, we've just heard from the Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Ali Bagheri Khani, who said that in a tweet, he said, in a phone call with Enrique Mora, we agreed to start negotiations aiming at removal of unlawful and inhumane sanctions on the 29th of November in Vienna. Of course, this is the first time we are now getting a concrete date from the new Iranian administration since being elected in June and taking office in August of Ebrahim Raisi. There was a lot of speculations back and forth. And a lot of meetings between the IEA officials and the EU officials to try and urge Iranian negotiators to return to the talks in Vienna since the elections took place in Iran. The last time there were negotiations was in early summer before the Rouhani administration left office. This video being released is certainly not a coincidence at this time that we're getting this announcement from the Deputy Foreign Minister, who will be the lead negotiator in Vienna. The Iranians have released this likely to send a message to the Americans who left the nuclear deal in 2018 to try and reiterate their position that they are in a position of strength and that they are not fearful of the Americans, whether it be their presence in the region or at the negotiating table in Vienna. It's very telling also, tomorrow is the anniversary of the U.S. embassy takeover in Tehran in 1979, November 4th. Iranians, students stormed the U.S. embassy and took 52 American diplomats and citizens hostage for 444 days. So there's a lot of reasons why this video was released since they took this ship on October 25th, and now we're understanding all the different issues that are at play at the moment.